ladies and gentlemen, we are honoured to invite all of you here today for this very momentous occasion. Carnival of 45 years in existence, the world's most popular cruise line, and all the things that we are known for, yet we have never ever been able to knock on the door in Havana, Cuba and take our guests there until today, when 2,800 people will disembark the ship from all over the United States, some from Canada, some from the UK, Australia, Holland, and as far away as Turkey, to experience a cruise with Carnival and to experience what it's like to sail into the historic city of Havana. It is going to be a very, very momentous occasion, as I said. It is going to be a special occasion, and I'm sure for some Cuban Americans it is going to be a roller coaster ride of emotion, and we look forward and we're very proud to share these very special moments with you. Now, we've got a lot of presentations to do. There are some speeches, and some of you may think, oh God, speeches. So I think before we get into the speeches, we need to get into a Cuban mood. And we have a prize for every single one of you who does what we're about to ask. Could you please stand up? Stand up. Young, old, rich, even the travel agents. Stand up. Because we're going to Cuba. Alright, some of you aren't, but some of you are. And we need to get a bit of a Cuban mood. So nobody has danced. Not a single person has danced while this incredible band, Mambo, Fiesta, Latino, Caliente, Sombrero, Mucho, Hippo Thrusto, I don't know the name of the band, I've forgotten it. Mambo Magic, am I right? Ladies and gentlemen, every one of you has to dance. Right where you are, show me your best salsa music. Come on, let's everybody dance. On to the back, come on.
Great. Ay, no hay que llorar, que la vida es un carnaval, es más bello vivir cantando. Ay, no hay que llorar, que la vida es un carnaval,
This man's got 5 hats on.
Yes, sir.
You're showing off and getting on everybody's nerves. They always ask me to, you think they're better than everyone else. It is great to see all of you here, ladies and gentlemen. This is a very special moment, and I'm so pleased and so proud to see so many great friends from the travel agent industry, from the press, from the port, our good friends, of course, over here, who have made it so possible for our ships to come in and run so smoothly in these wonderful days that we spend in Tampa. It is now my pleasure to invite the first of our speakers today. He's very excited. We've just been talking over there in the corner. A lot of the preparation, a lot of the everything that's had to happen in order for this to actually take place, a lot of it has come across his desk. So I'm really glad that he's been able to fly from Miami to be part of our very first inaugural cruise. He's our Executive Vice President, and I'm sure you would like to give him a very big, warm welcome as I introduce you to Mr. Gus Antorcha, everybody. Gus.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's wonderful to be here in Tampa today with all of you. Christine Duffy would like to be here. She says hello, and is sorry she can't join us on this historic day. I'd like to take a moment and thank everyone who's joined us for this occasion. Our friends from the Port of Tampa, our many travel agent partners in the room, U.S. Customs and Border Protection, U.S. Coast Guard, the Hillsborough Sheriff's Department, and all of you whose services we depend upon here at the Port. I know we have a number of community leaders here as well, and members of the media. We also have a number of folks here from Carnival Cruise Line and our parent company, Carnival Corporation. Thank you all for being here. This is truly an exciting and historic day for Carnival Cruise Line. and one we've been looking forward to and planning for a long time. Cuba has not been accessible to most Americans for many, many years, and I know I share in the excitement of our over 2,400 guests sailing with us today, as we look forward to docking in Havana Harbor tomorrow. At Carnival, we believe the freedom to travel is important, and we also believe that cruises are one of the best ways to experience Cuba. Today's voyage is our first of 12 that will sail from Tampa. The series of 4- and 5-day cruises include a daytime and overnight visit to Havana. The 5-day cruises had a stop in either Key West or Cozumel. Carnival Paradise will be the largest cruise ship sailing from the U.S. to Havana. We chose to base our Cuba cruise program out of Tampa for many reasons. We have a long and deep relationship with this port and community. And we're the only cruise line with a ship based in Tampa year-round. The city has a great airport and is conveniently located near the port. There are also a lot of great things to see and do here. Among those is Ybor City, and we have some friends here today from the Ybor City Museum Society, who you'll meet a little later in the program. This year we'll carry around 170,000 passengers from Tampa, and that will jump to over 300,000 passengers next year when we bring Carnival Miracle to Tampa. It will be operating 7-day cruises. We are committed to this community, and once again we're thrilled to be setting sail on this historic first Carnival Cruise Line voyage to Cuba from Tampa this afternoon. Thank you again for joining us. We're going to have some plaque exchanges, present a donation to a very worthy cause here in Tampa, and then have some fun with what we're dubbing the world's largest Cuban sandwich at sea. If, John, you don't eat it before we
He's eyeing it.
Yeah. So please stick around. We have a fun afternoon in store. And again, thank you for being here.
Thank you, guys. Always a pleasure to share the stage with you guys. Thank you so very, very much. And to return those words of thanks from Gus, it is a privilege now to introduce a great friend to Carnival Cruise Lines. And as Gus said before, Tampa is a friend, it's part of our family, and we are truly blessed to have such a wonderful relationship with them. And here to represent the Port of Tampa today, I'd like you to welcome, please, with a big round of applause, its President and CEO, Mr. Paul Anderson.
Wow, thank you. Thank you very much. And Gus, we thank you and your entire Carnival team for this momentous day. It's one of the most historic and long anticipated occasions we've ever had in Port Tampa Bay. And we're glad to have all of you, community leaders, media, thank you for being here today. For those of you that helped make this happen, we just couldn't be happier. I want to acknowledge a few people that are here representing our Board of Commissioners. Is Pat Allman. Pat, can you please just, where are you? Thank you for being here. We couldn't do what we're doing here as a port and operate, and particularly now with stops in Cuba, without our team at Customs Border Protection representing CBP is Tony Torres. Tony, thanks for all of you and your team. Many of you here today. Thank you. Coastal Sheriffs, the Coast Guard, so much that goes into this. Also, the President and CEO of Visit Tampa Bay. Where is he? Yeah, there he is, back there. Thank you for being here. Santiago Prado, his parents were born in Cuba. He was just saying he's never been to Cuba. He's excited to take this cruise to Cuba to see his parents' homeland. Also, Al Thompson, Captain Al Thompson, representing the pilots. Thank you, Al, for being here with the pilots. And we certainly don't want to forget all the travel agents who are the marketing people. You know, Carnival Corporation is the oldest and first cruise company to place their trust with Port Tampa Bay with more than 34 years ago with its Holland American Line brand. In fact, it'll be 34 years in October. flagship and namesake cruise line, Carnival Cruise Line, has itself been making Port Tampa Bay a home port also in October for 23 years. So we truly have a genuine history working together here. And we're proud to have served you. I'm proud to work with Carnival's Guest Port Services Tampa team, who was recognized recently by Carnival as one of the highest rated embarkation teams in the Carnival global programs. Here in Port Tampa Bay, yes. Your team here was rated third best in the world in 2016. Carlos, Giora, all of the Carnival executive team who are here with us today, we're honored that you made time to come here. We know Christine had wanted to be here. Please send all of our regards from the port and our community. But as honored and exciting as it has been for us to serve you and all of your guests all of these years, the excitement has definitely kicked up a notch today, wouldn't you say? See, the Tampa Cuba connection is a very special one in the Tampa Bay community. Our own Ybor City, as Gus mentioned, which predates any other Cuba connection in the United States, is a very special one indeed. The Cubans think so too. And Tampa Bay has a Cuban culture that has been baked in for more than 5 generations of families living here in Tampa Bay. We have all heard the stories locally of how our grandparents and our great-grandparents took steamships, the precursor of today's cruise ships, to Havana for pleasurable weekends, back from the days of the Roaring '20s to the early '50s. We all know the history of our famous cigar makers bringing that perfect tobacco leaf through Port Tampa Bay in exchange for cattle and other goods the U.S. making from around the U.S. that makes Tampa the cigar capital of the world. Today, Carnival goes back to Cuba out of Port Tampa Bay, along with other spectacular destinations such as Cozumel, Mahogany Bay, and others. We are well aware of the tremendous volume Carnival has for serving guests just within the state of Florida, among other ports. But Gus, Carlos, I can tell you that you will find no other community, no other port that will work and try harder to take care of your cruise passengers, of our cruise passengers in Port Tampa Bay and the Tampa Bay region. On behalf of Port Tampa Bay, our Board of Commissioners, the staff, our community, and personally from me, I thank you, Gus. I thank Carnival Cruise Lines and all of your fantastic staff and crew for the guests you bring through our community and for rekindling the relationship for a great community with the cultural heritage of our past, Cuba. Thank you very much.
Just say, I just need 30 more seconds. Just a little, just say something. I just need to eat.
All right. Everybody back up on your feet.
No. Please, a big round of applause. That was a wonderful speech. The relationship we have. I've been with Carnival now for 30 years, and you know, it was always we would cruise from one or maybe 2 different locations. And I remember the very first time we came to Tampa, and we all went, wow. And as crew members, there was, I have to tell you, for the crew, it's also a fabulous port. The way they're treated as they come through the crew gangway, people smiling today. Myself and my colleague Jacinda walked through, and the security people were saying, oh, we're so excited and we love the crew. And for the crew, this is a port everybody wants to sail out of because of the way they're treated and because of the fabulous resources and the new harbour area and the Zahutas. And all these kind of things is truly a wonderful thing. So on behalf of the crew members, to all the people who work at the Port of Tampa, from Customs and Border Patrol to everybody at check-in, we really do thank you, and we look forward to continuing happiness with you. Could I invite you back to the stage, please? Gus, could I invite you back? And to join us for the plaque presentation, it is a huge honour for me to ask the gentleman to come and join us. We have delivered new ships together, we have been through perfect weather together, we've been through a few non-perfect weather days, and I can tell you as a sailor, and that's what every crew member is before we do what we do, we are sailors. I would never ever want to be in a situation that I've been in if I hadn't had this man on the bridge. He is our senior captain, and he's come here just to do this cruise for us, and it is, I know, a huge privilege for him and an honour for him to be able to take our very first ship into Havana. So please to join us for the plaque presentation, and let's give a very, very, very good round of applause to the captain, Captain Salvatore Marcello. Thank you. So I believe you have a presentation you'd like to do.
So, Captain, this is a plaque that reflects tiles made in Cuba, presented to the captain and crew of MS Carnival Paradise to commemorate our inaugural cruise from Port Tampa Bay to Havana, Cuba, June 2017. Captain,
You hold that.
I'm going to hold this. This is a gift we have prepared for Carnival President and CEO Christine Duffy. If you would please pass this along as well.
Yes, you will.
What do you want?
It's better for these guys here too. Yeah, it's okay. I'm here to help. But come forward. Come forward. Get out of the little more. Just get the little more forward.
More? Okay.
That's good. Yeah.
Very close.
Because
You hungry? Alright, how do you want it?
yeah.
Like
this?
Am I really close? Yeah. Why don't we have it?
Magazines and online.
Is that possible?
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
Or is it too? It's too.
It looks involved.
It's too involved. Don't worry about it. Okay. Don't worry about it. Oh, wait a minute.
It's in paper.
Okay, don't worry about it. Let's just take it down. Okay, maybe we can have you hold hands here. Put your hand. Yeah, right on. Perfect.
All right.
I know. There we go, guys. Great. Want to get some
Photographers are so awesome.
Right?
Thank you. And Captain, would you return the honour, please? Thank you.
This is our symbol. Carnival Cruise Line always had this since the beginning.
There you go, guys. Captain, there you go. Put your hand Captain, right on. There we go. Yeah, let's do that. That's right. Right there. Yes, if I put that. Thanks.
These people never could give orders.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I'm the only one. I've been doing it for 30
Thank
years.
you. Thank you. The fruit basket and the plaque, so everybody got a gift then, did they?
Yes.
So everybody's got a gift then. Okay, we'll take your gifts over there. Thank you, Captain. I'll need you again in a minute, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very special moment for our event this afternoon, because at Carnival, one of the things we love to do is to give back to the communities that our ships sail from. We do believe it is so important to support local organisations and contribute and to help them thrive wherever we can. The Onboard City Museum Society is a non-profit organisation whose mission is preserving, promoting and celebrating the unique cultural heritage of Onboard City, along with supporting the City Museum State Park. All of you who live here in Tampa, you know about it. You know it's the historical heart of Tampa's largest Cuban population. And I would like to ask Gus to return to help me here with the captain. And I'm also going to ask a lady to join us. I'm not sure how to pronounce her name. Does anybody speak Spanish here? Do you speak Spanish? Could you help me pronounce this name? Because it's somebody I've got to introduce. I know you're very shy. Can you read it out for me? How do you say her
I
name?
think it's Chantal Rilova.
I'll try that. Thank you for your help. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Chantal Rilova Hevia. Where is she? We have a Czech presentation to do, and then I know you'd like to say a few words. So, Gus and Catherine, can I invite you into the middle? Mucho gusto, señorita Eller, over here.
John, a key.
Okay, thank you.
Where's the check?
It's
big.
It's a big check. Gus, if you and Catherine present the sum of $25,000 United States dollars to the Ybor City Museum Society.
We're just turning like this. That's perfect. Yes.
That works?
Yes, sir. There we go. This helps us reflect.
Okay? Just do
One more.
Just hold the check on.
Yeah, I know we can.
Well, that's a good one.
Good.
There you go.
I like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, $25,000 deserves a massive round of applause. Thank you so much. Gus, I'm sure you'd like to say a few words.
They said it was going to be a big check. I didn't know it was going to be that big. On behalf of the Ybor City Museum Society,
That's cool.
I would like to thank Christine and Gus and Carnival Cruise Lines for this very, very obviously generous gift. We are grateful to you for providing a route that will help us experience firsthand the Cuban culture that we have celebrated here for so many years. Tampa is not very far from Ybor City, where Don Vicente Martinez Ybor arrived 132 years ago to establish his cigar industry. At that time, Tampa was just a little fishing village with about 750 residents, a few alligators and a lot of snakes. It didn't take long for waves of Cuban immigrants to follow. With them, they not only brought their skills in cigar making, but their traditions, foods, art, architecture, and yes, their passion for baseball. They settled in cigar communities such as Ybor City and became part of our very rich and diverse cultural tapestry in Tampa. The Ybor City Museum Society's mission is to celebrate Tampa's unique history and heritage and preserve it for future generations. For 35 years, we have created programming and exhibits, such as Traces of Cuba, which I hope some of you will visit at the Ybor City Museum State Park. We have created lesson plans and materials so that thousands of school children who visit the museum each year can have a more meaningful visit. And we have documented a lot of stories, not only by Cuban Americans, but all the descendants who came here in those early days and settled in Ybor City and early Tampa. Now, we're building the Tampa Baseball Museum at the Alocas House, which will pay homage to the game that became universal language in those early days. It was the Cubans who founded the first baseball club in Tampa in 1887 and helped organize the early factory leagues. They also organized exhibition games between Tampa teams and Cuban teams. For a lot of years, there was some exchange of that culture. The Cubans' influence is evident in the unusually large number of professional players that have emerged from Tampa Bay. This donation means so very much to us as a small nonprofit. It greatly helps us to continue our mission. Thank you again to Carnival Cruise Lines, all of you, our board of directors who are sitting to my left, and we very much appreciate this generosity and for making us a part of today's cultural experience. Thank you again to all.
You okay? trip over El Sticko. Would you come with me and stand behind there? Captain, Gus, Paul,
Okay, we need to
join me, please. Can I have the, Jacinta, can I have the figures, please? We're actually going to All right, this is a very important part, and I'm going to tell you what's in this in a moment. But first, we have to dress them in their. We call these peonies in England. What are these? Aprons? What would you call people who wear these? Is it apron? Am I right? Okay. So we're going to ask you. Take one and pass it down. Thank you. There we are. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you about this very, very special sandwich. And I'm going to leave my notes to cheat about this.
What do you want it?
Are you ready?
To go away.
This is,
Pick it up.
we're going to take the flowers out of the way, yes. It is 10-foot long sandwich. It contains the ingredients of all Cuban sandwiches. You're a sniper. Ready? White bread, 5 pounds of sliced ham, 50 pounds of marinated and roasted pork, 6 pounds of Swiss cheese, 1 gallon of dill pickles and mustard, mayonnaise, but this sandwich has a twist. Now apparently there is a long-standing rivalry between Miami and Tampa about the traditional Cuban recipe. So half of this contains the Miami style and the other half is the Tampa style, which apparently is Genoa salami. A salute to the city's large Italian population. Are there any Italians here? Alright, very good. So ladies and gentlemen, this is officially the world's largest ever Cuban sandwich soup. And you can applaud for that. I was up for 3 days making this thing. Actually, is the chef here? Chef Sunan, is he here? Chef Sunan, is he here? He's very shy. Could you bring him in? Ladies and gentlemen, just pivot your heads around. At the back is our senior chef who's made this sandwich and all of the food we're doing today. Thank you so much, chef. Wonderful, wonderful. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to count to 3 in Spanish. No, let's do 5.
What about the chef?
Oh, you want chef? Come and stand with the captain. Take a knife then, chef. Take a knife. Very good. We've got 1 knife for you.
Before we do that,
Need you to
take a picture.
Yeah.
So
Chef,
we
go
all
overboard.
What's, okay, everybody look, don't cut the sandwich until I say cut.
Everybody look at John.
Everybody look at me.
Why don't you look out here so I can see it?
Yeah, this is right.
Look down. Are they going to cut it?
They're going to cut my side, not yet. This is a pre-cutting picture. This is a pre-cutting picture.
I'm in charge of this picture anyway.
Yeah.
What do you call 4 people who speak Spanish in quicksand? Cuatro cinco. Are you done, Andy?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go
All
ahead.
right, ladies and gentlemen, when I say the word cut, they are going to cut, and I would like everybody here to applaud as this sandwich gives us the perfect send-off to Carnival's first ever cruise to Havana, Cuba. It'll be a thank you to everybody who's joined you today, and it'll be a massive gracias to all of you for the work and support you give this brilliant cruise line. So ladies and gentlemen, here to cut the world's largest ever Cuban sandwich. Let's see. We are ready. Combined cutting. And Spanish countdown in 5, which is cinco, cuatro, tres, the other one, uno, cut! Cut! Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right.
It's my bit. That's my bit. Thank you. Just know that you trust that bit. That's my bit. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our chef. Yes, thank you very much. You get to keep that as a souvenir. Thank you.
Good job.
It's a souvenir for you. You're welcome.